Today we're having friends for lunch, and I thought I'm going to make a lovely flavor-filled lunch, and I've chosen to make a fresh tomato bruschetta on garlic toast. I'm going to accompany that with a nice green salad, keeping it very simple with just an oil and vinegar dressing, but making sure that I'm using good quality balsamic vinegar. And I'm trying something new these days. I'm using an avocado oil because of the omega-3 value. So what I've done is I've assembled the ingredients for the bruschetta. So I'm just going to pop them all into a bowl. I have some canned roasted sweet red peppers. I'm going to put those in. I've chopped some Vidalia onion into nice pieces. That goes into the bowl. I've also prepared some bocconcini, which is a fresh mozzarella, and I've just cubed it up into small cubes, and I'm now putting that into the bowl. And then here's my trick of the day. I love this. If you are cutting cherry tomatoes, it can take you all morning, and I don't have time for that. So I've just taken a lid from a little Tupperware. I've put it on my counter. I've corralled my tomatoes. Now I'm going to firmly hold my hand on top, and with the knife big enough to pass through the tomatoes, I'm just going to go right down the center. One shot. I've cut about 20 cherry tomatoes, and they're good to go. They're all cut in halves and ready for my bruschetta. The next thing we need to do is we need to cut some basil, and the technique I'm going to use is called chiffonade. So I've stacked my basil leaves, and I'm rolling them like a little cigar, and then I'm going to cut through them, making tiny ribbons of the fresh basil, and then I can just sprinkle them right over my bruschetta mix, and it will distribute nicely when I mix the mix. On they go. It's nice when you have everything prepared because it makes your task very easy. Now I'll just wipe my hands, and then I'm going to prepare the dressing. Now when you cook in the country, you don't measure a whole lot, so I'm using a pinch of herb de Provence, and today I'm going to use the salt that's a salt and herb mix, so it has a little bit of dried thyme and garlic, and that's going to be my salt I'm using today. It's a lovely sea salt, and without measuring too much, just a little bit of olive oil. Let's not be too crazy here because we are trying to stay healthy. So just a little bit of that, and some lovely fresh pepper. And then just to finish off, I'm going to just sprinkle it with a nice quality balsamic vinegar. This is a nice Italian of Modena. So just a sprinkling on top to give it some real nice punch. That should do the trick. We don't want it too vinegary, but we want it to. We want the vinegar to bring out the sweetness of the tomatoes. And I have to tell you, in the winter it's hard to get good large tomatoes, but the cherry tomatoes seem to always be just perfect. Really nice and sweet. So I'm just going to give this a toss and let it marinate until my toast is all crisped up in the oven. I'm going to brown it nicely, and then I'm going to rub it with my prepared fresh garlic. So this part of the meal is ready to go.